All right, so if you want to build a podcast that people listen to that grows, then this is going to be the episode for you. So, for a little bit of social proof, this is my podcast, the Positive Mindset Podcast. I have 2.6 million downloads, and I know that's not the biggest podcast out there in the world, and I'm not saying that I am the biggest podcaster, but it has grown. As you can see, some of the revenue there. It's growing. It's producing right now about $800 a week, just off one part of the ads. There's some other ads that run on there that produce probably another $1,000 a month, and it's been life-changing for me. It's freeing. It gives you, just freedom to be what you want to be, to do what you want to do as far as like your work. Now, I do still work. I have a job, but I'm able to do it because I want to do it, and this income has been life-changing. Plus, the content that I do on my podcast is something that I love, and so if you want a podcast, then this next piece hopefully inspires you to either start or continue your journey. So I'm actually logged into the Anchor app right now. This is what I use to just look at my stats from time to time. It's actually what I used when I first started podcasting. I actually first started making my episodes in the car. That's why I wanted to do this episode in the car, because it's a throwback to how I used to record. I would get in my car and I would just drive somewhere, like to the gas station or to wherever I needed to go. And I had a little lapel mic that I would hook to my little shirt, and I would just talk and do my podcast that way, because I didn't really have a place at home to do it that was quiet enough to where I record, and it was quiet in the car, so it was a good place to do it. But if you want a podcast that people are going to listen to, podcasts, as far as I know, don't really go viral unless you have some kind of big social media following, or somebody that has a big social media following is going to put you out there, or if you spend a lot of money on advertising. I didn't have either one of those. So I just had my podcast, my idea, and commitment to creating it. So as you can see here, this is the timeline over the past 3 or 4 years that I've been working on my podcast. So you can see that there's really not that much going on for the first little bit. That's because I wasn't really specific in what I was trying to create when I initially started. It was sporadic when I would release episodes. And it wasn't until August of 2020 when I decided, when I was actually let go from my job, that I was going to commit to this podcast every single day. I was going to make it something that mattered, that was meaningful. I didn't know how much it would grow. That wasn't really my intention. I just knew that I wanted to do it and I wasn't going to quit. And so I continued, and you can see the growth has continued to happen. It's continued to expand, and now, it's producing great income. It's growing almost every week, or at least every other week it goes a little bit more. Sometimes it's a little setback, but then it goes up. And I just hope that by seeing this, you decide to do it. I was just messaging with someone on Instagram that saw one of my other videos, and they reached out, and they were sharing with me, what their podcast is about, what they're doing, and it was so good. And it was crazy that my podcast, or this video, inspired them to, go to Anchor. That's the platform I use. It's a free platform, so you can check it out. I don't get anything if you go to Anchor, but they went to Anchor. They've been growing. They're making a little bit of money, and it just is inspiring. And if you want to do a podcast, if there's something that you want to say and you love the topic and you would do it no matter what, even if you couldn't make money for it, then that's your sign to move forward. Podcasting is easy. You don't even have to do video. You can just record audio if you don't want to be on camera, put it out there, put your ideas, have the conversations that you want to have, and share it with the world. Well, I hope this video got you inspired. If you want to follow along, I'm going to be more active on here, producing more content, because I believe in sharing what I know. I'm not an expert in this, but I am someone that's going through the journey. And if it inspires somebody else to do something great, then it's absolutely worth it. So if you want to follow along, please subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.